russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. Mark Shapiro.
Right. He's a new guy now, right? Yes, he's the new tier. So Ari is not the guy anymore, right?
Right.
Mark Shapiro.
It's Mark Shapiro. He's the TKO COO.
Right.
Okay. Now, have you read this comment?
No,
beautiful. Okay, because I swear to God, I don't want to argue with you. I want to get your take on it. Okay. Here's what he says. We cut those house shows down to where we're now doing 200 events a year. We cut them 75% the number of house shows that we do. Okay, bro. So he's saying we cut the number of house shows down 75%. We feel that's a good place to be, and we'll continue to prune as we go through. So he's saying they're going to get less than 200 events a year. So if I understand everything he's saying, okay. Here's the part. WWE has tremendous upside on global partnerships, without a shadow of a doubt. I understand everything he's saying so far. Tremendous upside on ticket pricing. Let's stop right there. What does tremendous upside on ticket pricing even mean? We can charge whatever we want and get it. What is that?
Dude, that's business.
Okay,
they've jacked up their prices. Okay, to the point that it makes people upset because what they've done is they're with their TKO partnership, they're going for people that have more money to spend. Okay, like they're partnering with the UFC on a lot of things. So bro, this is the economics 101. If they're charging out the yin yang for the seats and people are paying it, what more can you do? I mean that's just this basic comment. Like they're not in this business. They're a publicly traded company too. Okay, so you have stockholders that you're beholden to, so you have to make them as much money as possible. So they have found a price point that they can actually just and maybe it's not even like the WWE hardcore fan base is going to these shows anymore. It's just people with more money, a lot of but people if you talk to anybody, okay, that attends like AEW shows and WWE shows, right? The glaring difference is, for these live events, is the amount of kids in the crowd. Okay, their programming is designed. If you're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, we are trying to get you to be a lifelong fan of the WWE. Okay, so like a lot of the content is kind of corny, goofy, silly and stuff, and but like bro, like I said, like a lot of the shit is not for me. And a lot of the shit is not for you, obviously. There's a lot of stuff on the shows. I'm not interested in this. Fast forward. I'm not interested in this. Fast forward. I'm not interested. Oh, okay, I'm interested in this. I mean, listen to this, guys. They have kids. Families are willing to take their kids and spend whatever to go take their kids to go see WWE.
Okay.
I mean, that's the basic fan base. 4 high-priced tickets. One family can go there, spend $1,500 sometimes to take their kids to go see WWE. And it's like, but it's like, it's a very high class production. They spend a lot of money.
Right.
They spend a lot of money on producing, so like,
So you would say, hold on. Again, this is not an argument with you. You would say if that well ever ran dry, then they would just adjust the ticket prices, right?
Yeah, well, what people would do, you would see a ticket. You would see that when their content reaches a point that ticket sales are declining, they'll probably look at the data and then do something else, or I doubt they'd make a change, but it's like they're up their game, bro. The biggest problem that WWE has right now, okay, is that they went through a period of a couple years of facing, even though the competition, I guess you could say it. When AEW first started out, it started with a lot of buzz, right? And if you looked at the what do you call the demo numbers? The demo numbers of the AEW show were not that far off from the demos of Raw and SmackDown's different because it was on a network. So, but the demo numbers on cable were very close. so they can, they changed their content. They made Roman heel. They did the bloodline and they changed. But bro, now it's at the point again where 3 years later, after this, bro, they're not, AEW's not competition anymore, not even close.
Right.
The only thing they're competing for is talent when their contracts are coming up. That's it. So it's like I just get the feeling, and like you watch the programming, that they've gone back to the the old show where the guy goes in the ring and cuts a promo. The bad guy comes out and cuts a promo, and then the general manager has a brilliant idea, and Nick has to go out and make sense of this. It's like, hey, let's go have this match. Bro, they were doing that shit like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so they've gotten kind of lazy. Okay. And I'm not arguing that. All right.
Okay.
I'm saying, but their attendance trends have not dipped yet. Okay, when they start dipping, because I would suggest that the content that they have eventually, because I've lost interest, a lot of interest in it. I have to watch it, but there's no urgency to watch these shows anymore, like there was when there was some hot angles going on. I wonder what they're going to do this week. Oh, it's on right now. That's what they watch. Now it's like I missed a show. And plus two, both shows are in a period right now, bro. It's very difficult to compete with the NHL and the NBA playoffs. Yeah. That's the 1 6 week to 2 month period where, all right, if the playoff game is good, I'm watching the playoff game. Forget it. I'm not going to, But what the WWE has done is they've, across all their other platforms, if you miss the show, they put their best content out there. Their best content every week is getting like 10 million views. So that's why they can continue to like keep prices high, because to some people that don't watch it regularly, they just see like clips of something. They go, "Oh wow, WWE's pretty hot right now." Yeah. They think that. You know
what my hook is week to week, because I have a big hook week to week that keeps me watching. How long did Paul Heyman lay in the tanning bed this week? That's
and it's kind of what a lot of guys on all these shows got the orange.
Even the refs, bro. Even the refs. It's ridiculous when the refs.
Tanning fail.
Bro, let me finish. Let me finish Shapiro's comments, because I want to hear what you have to say about it. Okay. Tremendous upside on ticket pricing. Tremendous upside on site fees. Dynamic pricing. Yield management. Bro, I don't know what dynamic pricing and yield. What do you what is that?
Look it up right here. Well, let's look this up.
Yeah, I just have no idea what dynamic pricing is. Like, what does that even mean?
Hang on, I'll just tell you right here.
Okay,
let's go to Grok, the AI. I don't even use Google anymore. If you still use Google, you're like
I've never used Grok. I don't know how to use it.
It's just Google Enhanced. You just go with it's on X. It's like the Chat GPT.
Okay. Yeah. So
what is
dynamic pricing first?
Dynamic
pricing. What is that?
Dynamic pricing. It's a strategy where business adjusts prices for products or services in real time based on factors like supply and demand. So what they're doing is
okay.
Like perfect example.
Yeah.
Charge an arm and a leg for WrestleMania tickets.
If they can get it. If they can get it.
Right, and then adjust the prices based on. All right. So
what is yield?
They're not just doing things like here's the ticket prices, but it's like dynamic price. We're changing the.
We're changing as we go along. Got it.
Right. Okay.
What does yield management mean? Can you look that up on Gronk? Yeah. Yield. Oh, I got to start using Gronk now, because I had no idea what this stuff meant.
Yeah, perfect example. Like I'm typing in here, Vince. Okay, I'm going to type in what is yield management.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it just will pop up the actual the definition, boom, just like that, not a link or anything. It just literally answers your question right off the bat. Okay. So yield management is a pricing strategy where businesses maximize revenue by adjusting prices based on predicted consumer behavior, demand, and inventory availability. It's commonly used in industry with fixed perishable resources like airlines, hotels, or car rentals. For example, a hotel might raise room rates during a busy weekend or offer discounts. Yeah, like the hotels, like change. What they're doing is because they got this company now, the TKO, they have now vast more resources. Yeah, they're literally like just doing data analytics.
Yeah, they're spending millions of dollars. They're doing what he's saying. They're spending millions of dollars of research. No question about it. Right. Okay. Let me finish reading it, Glenn. Dynamic price yield management. All areas we're really focusing and pushing in on as it related to live events. As you saw on our first quarter, no question about it. our margins significantly expanded as it relates to WWE live events. So they are, like Glenn always says, I mean, they are, no question, putting millions and millions and millions of dollars into the data. No question about it.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glenn, let me ask you
Even
this.
Jeremy said they get data out the yin.
I believe that without a shadow of a doubt.